Hey, what's up YouTube? Balder here, and I am back in the A-10. This time, I have taxied into position, and I'm just holding off for a little while. So, in the last video, I showed you how to start up the plane. In this video, I'm going to show you the very potent capabilities of the A-10C. So this really isn't going to be a lecture more than just a demonstration, and it might be a little bit lectury here and there, but for the most part, is to show you some action, because that's what Let's Playing is all about, right? Doing things that are entertaining, doing things that are fun, and that's the point of video games. And if it isn't fun, then why do it in the first place? Anyway, I am currently on the runway, and I'm a little off-center, but that's fine. I will correct it later on. But first, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hold down the brakes. I'm going to spool the engines up a little bit. That's to get them stabilized. I'm going to slowly bring them up to 100% power. Then let go of the brakes. Usually when it comes to rail aviation, you want to turn on this thing, which is the landing light. Keep things centered. Alright, so you're going to take a look at the speed indicator. Once it's alive, you undo nose wheel steering, and the rudders themselves will help you steer. Anyway, you're going to do what is called rotating at around 130 knots. Rotating is just gently pulling back the stick until you take off. And then we take off. Turn on the landing gear, and then you get that very pleasant sound. Alright. Now that we got that out of the way, you will notice that it's a little hard to really figure out what the HUD is saying. If that's the case, then you can use your instrument systems. There should be roughly about 6. You have your altimeter, you have your heading indicator, you have your altimeter. Did I say that twice? Whatever. Then you also have your speedometer. And you should have your turn coordinator, which is under the attitude indicator as well. If you notice, there's like this little bubble that you'd see in a leveler. It kind of acts the same way. So let's say that I am completely like this. Well, pretty much it's just a ball that tells you where gravity is pointing down. Usually you want to get that centered in order for you to get a nice little turn. But anyway, we've reached enough speed, so we're going to bring the flaps in. That'll help bring up the speed, because I am a little slow. So yeah, showing 170 knots as of right now. Yeah, we are going to turn towards the target, and we're going to actually try to locate it. So I'm going to activate... Actually, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this set up as a targeting pod, and I'm going to activate it here. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to turn on the infrared vision. Normally it would be infrared vision, which is also known as FLIR. But at the same time, this is DCS world, it isn't 100% accurate when it comes to FLIR, or any other detail like that. Yes, we are gonna... Oh, quiet you. That's just decreasing throttle for a good reason. This plane likes to tell you whether you are messing up or not. You can also cheat a little bit by having a look here. So, look at Cabaletti, I'm looking for the airfield. Since things are a little bit hazy, might not be that easy to spot out where I need to go. Oh, right, there it is. So, I'm just going to center my targeting pod over there, and oh, would you look at that. We have ourselves some wonderful little targets. So, these are just your average tanks. These are T-72s. A little bit of an upgrade from the T-55s that were in the Persian Gulf War, which honestly did suck. I'm going to turn on the master arm, and the gun master arm switch as well, and then I'm going to switch it to my Mavericks and Slew. So, the Mavericks, what they do is that they track a target the same way heat-seeking missile does. And I'm going to change my Dismas. Select that I have both of them on, and please do not do that. Alright, so we're going to wait until we get into range, which shouldn't take too long, because we are in range right now. We just need to wait for a lock. And once that lock happens, we can fire on it. These are what we call fire and forget. So, rifle, move up to the next one, rifle, move up to the next one, rifle, move up to that next one, rifle, rifle, and let's see if we can get to the last one. Not to that one, you idiot. I did not want that. Getting the center one is going to be difficult, but there we go. No track. Oh, what a load of crap. There we go. Rifle. Now let's take a look at our targeting pod. Or we could just watch outside, too. Yeah. 6 tanks have just been obliterated. So now that we got that out of the way... Oh, yep, there goes the last one, too. We're going to go with our laser-guided bombs. Well, a laser-guided bomb and the inertially guided bomb. So we're going to set the target up to here. I am going to gain a little bit of altitude, and then I'm going to switch targeting pod here because we no longer have Mavericks. I'm going to go to the Dismas, and I'm going to select the GBU-12s. Now, if you recall, in the last video I had the profile set up to program the laser-guided bombs. So, mode is CCRP, which is straight and level flight bombing. And the auto laser is on, and we have 19 seconds to impact when the laser turns on. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Also, if you're wondering, this EO that I turned on earlier, which is now off, that actually controls the Mavericks to get them nice and warmed up. Just a small little fact there. Anyway, we are going to give ourselves a little bit of altitude for this. And we do have our GBU-12s. That's our stall warning indicator. Don't worry about that, I'm not going to fall out of the sky just yet. And we're going to wait until we get things level. It might be a little bit difficult to see, but the large circle is the bombing point, and the tiny circle on the top is, well, the circle that we want to get into the larger circle. So it's counting down right now. I'm going to slow down just so that I don't overshoot the target and have the laser miss. That would be a bad thing. Alright, so it's going in. Yes, visibility is crap. Hold it down and release. Alright, so laser should have gone off. Yep. Laser has, in fact, gone off. Alright, so there we go. We have destroyed our target. Now what we're going to do is go over a weapon that I kind of skimmed off. This is the GBU-38. The GBU-38 is interesting. It's what we call an inertially guided bomb. And what that means is that it doesn't follow any laser guidance. It takes a look at where the enemy or the target position is at, and then when you're about to drop it, it computes what it needs to do. It will compute its own little flight path into the target automatically. So it's fire and forget. However, you should never use this on a moving target. That would be bad. But we're just going to move around, and we are going to just center ourselves around the target. Our point is right there, so you want it mostly aligned with this center. And that is some bad... Alright, so around here, you'll have two circles. One will start to shrink. When it's in between these two arrows, you hold it down, and then you release it. And what that will do is that it will drop this inertially guided bomb. And let me just go into a straight and level flight, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's the autopilot. So this thing already calculated where it needed to go, and it's adjusting its fins appropriately so that it reaches the target. There is no laser involved. My plane could blow up in a million pieces and it would still reach its target. That is what fire and forget is. The only way this thing could save its skin is if it were to move out of the way. So this is perfect for stationary targets, such as buildings and whatnot. And there we go. And that was pretty simple. Another thing is that you can jettison a few things. Not that. I can jettison those things. There we go. You want to jettison munitions generally because it will create drag, and drag is not something we want. And that also means that we should drop those as well, because we're not going to need them for the next part. Alright. So we are almost weaponless. Goodbye, bombs. But now we're going to go into the defensive capabilities. So we're going to just gently head towards that airbase. All those targets down there are destroyed. But that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is something far more deadly. Something like this. That's a radar. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. I should definitely try to find this thing before it absolutely annihilates me. Now I could cheat and use Shift F10. And move it right about here. Oh, yep, that thing. That is a SAM. And that specifically is a radar-guided SAM. Or not a radar-guided SAM, but a heat-seeking SAM. So, what it will try to do is that it will try to murder me. Missile has been fired. And a miss. You wanna try that again, asshole? Oh, you will. Alright, so each time he fires, I'm going to drop some flares, and hopefully he doesn't kill me. And there we go. And I should definitely record this and show you the, well, I should save the track and then show you the flares being dropped. Actually, I'll show you right now. So this is what happening. A little loud, forgive me. So that's what happens when you release flares. The heat signature from the flares is hotter than the engines, and so the heat signature will confuse the heat-seeking missile and throw it off course. Now you can also have chaff, and chaff will bring out these, well, the best way to put them is these metal shavings, such as this. That helps with radar-guided missiles, which is a very nice countermeasure. But anyway, I switched to guns, and I'm going to show you what the A-10 is really famous for. What makes this such a badass plane. While I get into position. Alright. Line it up. Be a little patient with it. There we go. And that's the A-10. It is an awesome killing machine. It is a great weapons platform. And why the Air Force would ever want to get rid of it is beyond me. Oh, by the way, since this guy's out of missiles, I think I'm going to get back at him as well. Because I am in the A-10. Oh, goodbye, asshole. Anyway, that should be it for today. So with that said, like and favorite this video and subscribe. You guys, have a nice day.